Hey guys, it's another opening a pack opening video. I just kind of wanted to talk about the the way sets have been going. I know I've probably covered this in a previous video, the way how sets have been going recently in Magic. So I just wanted to clarify that this is not the official. I mean, obviously I don't work for Wizards, so this is not the official um their official statement, but just based on the research I've been doing, I mean, on the internet and conversations with other players, I haven't I haven't seen this much of a tradition change in Magic the Gathering forever since I've started playing. I mean, I didn't start playing until 2002 during Mirrodin block with Mirrodin, Darksteel, and Fifth Dawn. Um, I've always been used to the block format where like in Magic's study of the multiverse, as the story is kind of foretold in the cards, um in they've always had like a steady planeswalker, it seems. um Planeswalk to Mirrodin, and then spend like Teferi, for example, like or one of the other planeswalkers. They would go to Mirrodin, and then the next one was Kamigawa. Then something happened. So like what it looks like is how the sets were released. It was like, oh man, something important happened in Mirrodin, and then after that block was the Kamigawa block, and it was like, oh, something important happened in Kamigawa, and then it kind of followed that kind of block set with one block consisting of three sets, or one block consisting of three sets from the same block, kind of for telling the story of something that happened in that plane or that realm of the multiverse. Um, but recently, um, I've noticed that they've stopped printing the core sets, which was kind of like the binder in the story. Like, okay, so we had core set M8, M7, M11. I mean M10, M11, M12, M13, 14, 15, and so on, till we had like M20. And then like how these would work with the standard format is like you'd have the core set, the block before, and the block after the current block, the last block, and then the core set. So now, some rotations would include two core sets before the final the next set in the block, where the previous block was rotated into extended. Now that's when they had standard and extended, or type 2 is what they used to call it, type 2 and extended. And I've noticed now that they've removed, like, because we've got newer players like Pokemon players and Cardfight Vanguard, and and Digimon. I mean, which are exceptional card games and with fantastic art. They have phenomenal art, fantastic card games, and fantastic stories that go along with them. But it seems like in an attempt to stay relevant, is which I brought this up to one of my other gaming friends, that kind of looks we kind of do the same thing with gaming. We kind of like indulge in the game itself to kind of explore the story or the art of the game itself. But we were just talking about Magic, and I was just saying, well, things. They were like, man, maybe we're gonna quit Magic now and play some of these other games, play some. And I was like, man, maybe I know it looks rough right now, but if you look at the card quality, like we just had a really good set. I'm making this video just as Streets of New Capenna just came out. This is maybe a week into the release. I'm still opening collector's boosters from Streets of New Capenna. It's really really good. So far, from these new sets that I've seen for that after that broken tradition, the first one that the broke tradition was kind of like we got Innistrad, but there were only two sets in Innistrad: Crimson Vow and Midnight Hunt. It seems like we're missing like a middle set, but that was fine. I didn't really care for Midnight Hunt too much. Adventures in Forgotten Realms. It was kind of like a little dark and like like werewolves are cool, but werewolves and vampires, but they kind of like the idea of kind of like scared me. But just from like being a little kid and being scared by vampire movies and like werewolf movies and stuff like that. But I grew up during that time. But anyway, like Freddy and Jason, like the werewolves and vampires were like Freddy and Jason. You know what I mean? But anyway, I did those were good sets. They followed the tradition, but they didn't include the core set binder. And then we had this really, really good set, Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, and we've seen cards from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty in vintage decks. Now that's saying something. How many years have we been playing Magic? I mean, I only started in 2002, but the game has gone on since the 80s or something like that. And they play cards like Black Lotus, Mox Pearl, Mox, the things that are only legal in vintage. And guess what? The one card that they choose to play in the standstill deck, which I was just looking up, I was like, Boseiju. Boseiju just came out in Neon Dynasty, and it was an instant replace for whatever they were running before in their decks, and I thought that was amazing. So they've definitely in an attempt to stay relevant and to stay like still be pounding out great cards. I think because of the economy moving faster and faster the way it is, that in order to sell product they're gonna have to sell good cards. And now we finally got the Triomes, the second set of Triomes to cover the full set of Triomes for the 3 mana lands. I'm hearing talks of non-exhausted ETB, and when they enter the battlefield, they're not tapped tri lands. But I don't know where that's gonna come in. But hopefully, hopefully, they generate enough revenue to keep the game coming. And that's why I try to open packs online so you can see, just kind of the car because you can look at buying a pack as an investment. And when you buy a pack, draft boosters, especially draft boosters, are only $2.99 for. So it's like it's going to like a gas station or something, they're buying a lottery ticket for $2.99. But instead of getting this piece of paper with a bunch of numbers on it, you're getting a pack full of art and story that supposedly. So no, there's some people that believe. I've been doing some research online, and they say that some of the stories are like, some of and some of this has scientific grounding, but it's not they're like third party references. They're not like first party research. It's not like your prime. It's not like from prime research. But some have been saying that these things in our imagination and the art that we behold, that everyone sees, ping on things in our psyche from our evolutionary patterns that have shown to stand out to us in a certain kind of way to kind of like lead or guide our civilization. Now, there's some of us that believe that we live in a game, some of us that believe like the Matrix, Some of us believe that we live in a ship. Some of us believe that, well, maybe we're just here out alone in the middle of the universe, in the middle of the multiverse, in a non-mattered, slowly dying section of the universe. Now, I feel that for those that feel that where they're all alone, and like, games like these can help motivate them to like kind of like bring them back to like, the general flock kind of nature of life. But what I wanted to say about all this was that Kamigawa and Streets of New Capoeira, they're from completely different sections of the multiverse. They're like, it's jumping from, I don't know if they're honoring the last world champ by doing Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, saying that it's like Japanese S, so it's Yuta Takahashi for his world champ victory in Magic, and then Streets of Nuka Pena is like the streets of Brazil, so it's like Paulo Vitor the Moda Rosa, and I don't know if they're honoring them, but these are really good, picks and of the multiverse, and hopefully they can keep going on with this because they got a lot of stuff to cover because as of yet Magic does not have another source to outlet its story other than World of Warcraft and Hasbro, and so far there's been no movie to kind of like show the multiverse. Um, I only say World of Warcraft. They're two completely different games, but I only say World of Warcraft because it has the kind of Tolkien kind of story um with elves and like, medieval times and magic, magic dragons, mystical creatures, and that's why I call them Tolkien esque kind of games, or like kind of imaginative architecture. But what I was saying is, hopefully, I just wanted to congratulate Magic. This is great. I can't believe the kind of to keep up with games like Pokemon that have anime series, that have manga, that have active card base, that have active games. I mean, Magic is keeping up. I mean, if sometimes I think if it wasn't for MTG Arena, this game probably would never have picked up so well a worldwide support. Um, but um, oh, I just wanted to congratulate Magic, and what I'm gonna do is I still have collectors boosters. I might have to slow down how I'm opening these packs, maybe once a month, maybe make a video once a month. I'm just talking out loud, thinking out loud. Maybe once a month make a video because the collectors boosters are a little expensive, and I have other like other work stuff to do for um for the healthcare industry. Well, my job. But um, what was I saying? Um, but the I might have to slow down the pack opening just because like I'm trying to show what like a traditional average pack looks like, because that's why I switched to collector's boosters. I was like, man, okay, so I'm totally into Magic already. You don't have to. There are places like I've mentioned in my description, like Top Deck Keep, um, Critical Hit Games, places that you can go buy a pack of Magic and trade in immediately your rare for cash value, depending on how good it is. So like there's like so sometimes I mean, I'm not saying it's not like it's like a game, and they really want your card that you opened from your pack. So it's not like gambling, but it is definitely gaming. Um, but the reason it's not like gambling is because you're not giving 2.99 for nothing. You're getting something. You're getting a pack of cards, and there are places that value the rares or the mythics, or the uncommons. Sometimes the uncommons are really good. and you can immediately trade in that value for the 299 to get more than the 299 that you spent to put into it. So I'm just saying what a great investment Magic is. It's immediate payback on some of the pack. I'm not saying every pack is going to net you more than 299, but for the price that the boosters go for, it's definitely I can see why the majority of Magic players buy booster pack draft boosters. But I was trying to explain my decision of buying collector's boosters because you get foils. Now, the reason I play with foils over non-foils is just mainly just for the aesthetic feeling of having a foil deck. It's like when you look at the card, depending on the foiling equation that they use for the card, it can change not only the focal point of the picture, but the focal uh, I forget what I was talking about. Oh man, I just thought this is my thing. Crap. Anyway, um, oh, what was I talking about? Okay. Yeah. The foils not only because they're pretty, but because under different light, as different places in the world have different light. So if you when you look at foils, sometimes you get a different feeling of the card based on the light you're using. So I'm divulging a little time and research into it, and it's coming out very beneficial, appealing, and satisfactory. I find it very appealing. And also I've known that this. I mean, also from talking to other players, it seems like the same thing holds true with the foiling equation for Pokemon. Cardfight Vanguard, which is a little darker. It's like Magic, so they have more darker colors, which is really good. If you like rich darker color, darker colors with your. But Pokemon is very light white colors, which is very very good. Which is it can be very pleasing after playing Magic for a long time. You switch to Pokemon or Digimon, and you find the entire game setup just very pleasurable or pleasurable. But what I'm gonna do in this video is crack this pack of Modern Horizons, and let's see what we can get. So I bought two Modern Horizons 2 boosters the other day. I don't think they came in set boosters, but I still got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine collectors boosters of Streets of New Capenna left. So I think what I'm gonna do, because I like the feeling of I'm a Magic player, so I like feel the feeling of opening packs. So what I think I'll do is probably restrict. I mean, this is just strictly from based on my budget. What I found is just buying one collect so Magic releases every 3 months. There's a new set. I think just because I'm also a Christian, and I do believe that the Lord guides us in our lives, and and I try to take a mathematical approach to that, and I'm like, if the Lord is always guiding me in my life and is constantly with me in my life, when I open a booster pack, the Lord has given me these cards, no matter what they are, no matter how much they're worth. He's put these cards before me in my life, and how can I use these to kind of like de I mean, I also have a where I like to like overthink things, or I don't know. They call it a thinking disorder, um, it's the only way I can this game, as well as meditation and my religion, has definitely kept me more of a more sane than I would have been without it. You know what I mean? But anyway, what I was gonna say is that I've changed my buying to just buying these collector booster boxes once every 3 months. They go for about 200. If you get them at the pre-release, you get them a lot cheaper. If you order them at the pre-release time, you get them for a lot cheaper than if you were to pay for them after they come out. So because so technically, when you buy at a pre-release, they haven't calculated how they've only had a certain the whole world of calculator or players haven't foretold how great the set would be until they've only had a certain amount of time, because from when they're released to the pre-release, we don't get to see the cards until then. So then buying them at the pre-release for their lowest possible value before they actually have a chance to settle in the Magic community is the best time to buy. So I choose to try only buy during the pre-release, and I buy collector's booster boxes, just one for just to kind of commemorate. And what I've noticed in my collection from over the last 20 years is that the collector booster saves a lot of space on cards, and the foil, you get a foil, the whole pack is foil pretty much. I don't know the exact odds on it. I can read it here for you. Let me see. Um, 12 booster, one box topper. My box topper was awesome. I got like Gala Greeters or something for this. It was really cool. I wanted to put it in my Commander deck right away. For those of us that like mathematics, Commander is the best format in the whole world. It is unbelievable. I could not believe it. It just takes you away from the standard grind of, playing poker with 52 cards in your 52 card decks and four of a kind. It just takes away from it's one of each, so you're like, oh snap. But there, you know what I mean? It's mathematically it's very intriguing. But well, 8 to 10 traditional foil cards. Foil cards used to only come in one in every 75 cards. So say you bought a draft booster for $2.99. The chance of the draft boosters consist of 12 or 15 cards, and then 15 6 or how. Hey Alexa, how what is 75 divided by 15? It's like 5 or 6 or something.
75 divided by 15 is 5.
5. Okay, yeah. So it's one in every 5 draft boosters. One in every 5 draft boosters. Um, One in every 5 draft boosters has a foil, and I mean, this is only if you're into foils, and only if you're into collecting them just for the foils. And like, this will not, buying one collector's booster will not give you the full set by any means, but it will give you that kind of luck ratio. You're like, it'll give you that little, like, what did I open from my collector's booster? I didn't open a collector's booster of Neon Dynasty, but I did open a set booster, box, and a draft booster box. I bought so much Kamigawa because I really loved Kamigawa and Neon Dynasty. I thought it was the best set ever. I couldn't I mean, just getting back into Magic, I played MTG Arena mostly, but when I played MTG Arena mostly, but when Kamigawa Neon Dynasty came out, I had to get back into Magic. I had to get back into paper Magic. Boseiju, for example, just one of the really good cards. Higetsu, another one. But in the long run, Higetsu we probably see a lot of more multiple format play. Boseiju sees multiple format play. I've seen Boseijus in Bose, and this is one of this example. It's kind of testing the market. Boseiju is kind of testing the market because Boseiju, because of its versatility, and its price is almost like 50, but that's what it takes to be a $50 or $25 Magic card, as opposed to some of the old dual lands. Now, I'm not saying Boseiju is better than a dual land, but if they were to print those tri lands, like the non-exhaust triomes, we're looking at prices immediately out of the box of, like, maybe $500 to $600. I don't know what if they're gonna space those out. I don't know what they're gonna do. But anyway, this is all just rumors. None of it's based on. All that's just conjecture based on our study of the set, the releasing of the sets recently, and Magic's fight with the economy to kind of stay relevant. Although it's the best game, it's it's a Christian based game for those that have kind of wandered away from the Lord and then wandered back. Um, I'm just taking some time to kind of like soak that in myself. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and open one of these Modern Horizons packs. This is from Modern Horizons 2. The cards in it are set legal from Modern to Modern, Pioneer, Standard, which is Standard is now the new Type 2, but since there's no core set, there's no Type 2 binder. So there is just Standard, Extended, Historic, Modern, Pioneer. I'm just trying to get refamiliarized with myself with it. I stopped Magic for a long time because I got a wife and kids and stuff like that. But now I've settled. Kids are all in college and doing their stuff, and the wife's all busy with work, taking care of them. So now I just get time to get back into Magic again. So this is really good. So it just gives me further research time. So because in school I was a research scientist, and then I settled in the field of healthcare. But that's just a little bit about me. So here we go, Modern Horizons. Let's talk more about the Magic and less about me. Here we go. All right. So the one thing I loved, I think I might. Oh wow! See, these boosters smell completely different. If you got your smellometer, you just stick it right next to the phone. You can smell how that booster pack opens. Wow, beautiful! Holy moly! Oh, the cards smell phenomenal, fresh from the factory sealed. Oh wow! The smell from this booster pack. I can tell this booster pack was made at a different factory than the collector's boosters from New Capenna, because the inside sealant is different. Like this is I don't know if they use a different gas to pack it. This is awesome. That is awesome. That's super awesome. All right. What was I gonna say? I think I might save one of these to open when I'm in the Caribbean. So I got some healthcare stuff I got to do in the Caribbean. So I'll probably be down there for a little while, but I'll try to send one of these videos a month. Let me see how many packs I've got left, but this is probably going to be my last one and then I'll open one a month and kind of like take the month to enjoy the pack. Or I could be like one of the smarter, faster players that just take the pack, turn them, burn them, and turn them into cash right away. But I kind of sit on them and kind of enjoy the art. They've put so much architecture into these cards and such great, phenomenal. This is a beautiful one. I don't know if this is a sky pirate. It is a human pirate. Burden Aerialist. When Burden Aerialist enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. Whenever you sacrifice a token, Burden Aerialist gains flying until end of turn. Wow, really nice. Super rich quality. This guy looks like he's a human pirate, but he's kind of like riding like a goblin glider from I don't know if those of you play World of Warcraft, that little glider that they pop up when they're. Well, so I was playing my Demon Hunter. I was like, "Ha! You can't catch me. You can't get," because I was playing in PvP. Because I'd sit there at the end of a ledge in PvP and wait for someone to because I'm farming something or whatever. And usually people like to come up because you're a Demon Hunter. Mages especially like to come up behind you and one shot you. And so I'm sitting there. And I see the mage out of the corner of my eye, and I start gliding right away. I was like, ha ha ha, you can't catch me. And then he whips out this goblin glider and glides right next to me and one shots me as soon as I land. I'm like, man, F word you. I was like, that was so legit. This is kind of what that card reminds me of. That was so funny. That was an awesome. I was like, what the heck? I think it was like Prostitute or one of those. It's one of those well-known players. The PvP players are just they just randomly scope around. I forget when that randomly happened, but it was a lot of fun. Mages, wizards and mages. Oh, this is a beautiful one. What is this extra Basic. Oh wow, land cycling. Enters the battlefield. Put target card from an opponent's graveyard on the bottom of their library. Basic land cycling. Nice. Search your library for a basic land. Reveal it and put it in your hand. Oh, that's cool. This is my first time opening a Modern Horizons 2 pack, so I've never seen. It's kind of nice to see certain sets, certain cards from different. It's amazing because these cards are different from different sets, but they're printed under the same banner of. So I guess it's a Modern Horizons 2 logo that's right here. So this is the. Let me kind of explain the architecture of a Magic card. So this is the title of the card, the name. That's its mana cost. For those of you who don't know, I mean, if those of you that know, then just skip past this part. This is the type of card it is, and this is the subtype. This is the set symbol that describes when and where it was first printed, or when and where it's printed again. And this is the card text that provides rules, additional rules to. So, I don't know if you're into programming or not, but these games are a lot of fun. Because well, I'm saying other people might find them fun, other people other than programmers and or mathematicians or stuff like that, but we find this game is especially fun for us because this Magic the Gathering has pre-constructed rules to define the architecture of every game, but the cards themselves have inclusions to the rules which supersede whatever rules so it makes the card more powerful than the game itself, so to speak. And in programming, it's something that's unheard of because like no one wants user access to their program, on to their code, and Magic kind of like gives you user access, card access to the code, which is really fun to play with because that's why the game is so much fun. Because we sit around and talk about what's the coolest Magic card that's gonna come out, and then maybe 20 years down the road, some people waited 20 years for Boseiju to come out. I mean, if you think about it specifically, most of the Magic places online have Boseiju going for maybe 50 bucks, but it's worth a lot more. They've been waiting for a card like that to come around for maybe 20 years. Artifacts and enchantments are just another set. So creatures have their own attack time during each player's turn, but artifacts and enchantments have written inclusions to the rules on them themselves. But again, there's beautiful art going with these. I haven't hit a foil yet. Oh, what is this? This looks like some kind of land. Let's see what this is. I'm going to take a look at this one. Mist Vault enters the battlefield tapped. Indestructible. Oh, holy crap. It's an indestructible. I've never seen these. Indestructible blue, white. It's indestructible, non-basic. This is really nice. I mean, it taps for both blue and black. Let's see what kind of land this is. Looks like something. Oh, I think. So World of Warcraft I consider to be another Tolkien game, but I think Tolkien games have some of the fantasy the fantasy lands that they draw. Like this is probably something you never see in real life, but some artists and some photographers go that extra step to try to find places like these, and when you see them, they're like, "Whoa, that's amazing!" It kind of makes. That's why most people, Magic players, collect lands. The land pictures are cool, and also the versatility of the lands, because this allows me to tap for two. So in a 2-color deck that I can run 4 copies of this, I can tap for either blue or black. So this is a super cool card. It's indestructible. That's really nice. Green. I don't know if it's like some kind of insect or something. Let's see. Frog Samurai, Jade Avenger. Oh wow, Bushido 2. I remember when Bushido came out in the first Kamigawa. I don't know how many. I've been out of Magic for a long time because I got married and stuff, kids and all that stuff, work and all that stuff. But this I don't know how many times Kamigawa has been. How many times that we've revisited Kamigawa. Kamigawa is such a kind of interesting place because it kind of focused on the multiverses look at the past with the present. So the present being the creatures that exist there right now, faced with the past, the spirits of the past, or like ancestral heritage and that kind of stuff. It was pretty cool. Let's see this one now. Cabal Initiate, nice. So it looks like I've never opened a pack of Modern Horizons before, but this looks like the kind. It's looked like it's following the regular um, kind of tradition. One, two, three. So we've got a set of commons, then we're probably gonna get to the uncommons. Oh wow, one of those goblin gliders we were talking about. A mage propping up one of those goblin gliders and following you around with on my damn demon. You know what's funny? I didn't have. I just kind of auto conceded because usually they hit the block when they block when you burst DPS them, and I should have had all. I don't know why I wasn't expecting to run into a mage. I hit a block of like not running into any mages, and I try not to make a well balanced character just because it's weak at DPSing everything. So I mean, it's DPSing what? So I try to build it like specific, like if I'm hunting paladins, or like if I'm hunting like, or like if I expect to run into a bunch of paladins, but then like I ran into a bunch of paladins with a freaking mage, and I was like, oh well, that's great. And anyway, yeah, there's a mage popping that goblin glider. What they call this one? Ornithopter of Paradise. Oh, wow, this is beautiful. Flying, add 1 mana of any color. I think this might go on my commander deck. Add 1 mana. I'm playing a 5-color commander just because it's more fun to me. I like playing the Triome lands, and they came out in the perfect ratio of 10. So they've 10 Triomes from the new Streets of New Capenna, and I'm supposed to the commander is supposed to be a 100-card deck, so I run 10 tappies, and all the rest, like dual lands and stuff like that, stuff that don't come into play tapped. But I was looking at the life ratio, and I was like, you know what, maybe I can run all tap lands, but all tap lands maybe like -5 regular basics. But I played this Isshin deck, and oh my gosh, it was so fast on the DPS. Like I couldn't even. I that whole game I was wishing that my lands didn't come in and play tap, because I'm sitting there with a Jin Gitaxias, and I'm like, oh, I want to play this so fast, or a Hullbreaker, so I can start returning their permanence to their hand. But on turn 7, I'm down a mana, and guess what? The card that I draw is a tap land, and I needed that mana for the Hullbreaker, so that was kind of rough. Because I couldn't flash it in the end of turn. I'd sit there with counter spells in hand, or like, counters or removal or something. So it was pretty good at hauling off that. But if I think she attacked me, some hot girl at she attacked me with some kind of dragons from Mirage, or dragons of Charkir or something. But she was playing. She had her commander out, and it hit me for like 20 in one turn. I was like, holy crap! Next turn I'm dead. Yeah, you know what I mean? I was like, oh man, that's crazy. Alright. So I guess we're heading into the uncommon sections. Oh, this is really nice. Nice big. I gotta see what this is. Draykeeper. I'm gonna go through and look through these again. I just want to show you just the general art type, but they probably want you to just go out and buy a pack if you see any of these that you like, to see, because it'll jumpstart your life like nothing other. I got originally introduced to Magic by a frat brother in at UMBC. He was kind of like our smart guy, and then I got drafted as one of the smart guys as well. So pretty much what smart guys do is they do the research. They do research for research papers. So when we come together, we can all. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you this or not, but it's not illegal because it's just combined research. There's only a certain amount of research out there, so eventually we're all gonna run into the same sources. But smart guys pretty much for their frats during university, they pretty much do all the research work. But he showed me this game, and I've been hooked ever since. I think I was like 18 or something. But oh wow, this is a beautiful. What is this one? It's an angel. Holy crap. Kind of like the old. She's got gold. Oh, you got to see this one to believe it. This one's beautiful. You are here's her card text. You are unworthy of life, but take heart. You have earned a clean death. Definitely Amazonian. She's kind of like Captain America. She's got golden hair. Beautiful. You are unworthy of life, but take heart. I mean, just so how this like for example, this card. I mean, those of you that don't think this is a Christian-based game, this card reminds me of the Old Testament. Some of the old, some of their old beliefs in the Old Testament were like, "We're unworthy of life. You are unworthy of life, but take heart. You have earned a clean death." You know, saying that you're suffering. You've earned the right not to suffer, although you were unworthy, kind of thing. It's kind of like Old Testament-y. But anyway, it's one of the Old Testament angels. But I generally, in my study of the New Testament, I've only come to acknowledge Gabriel and Michael only because I like their acts and I like their works, and their and I it. I mean, me personally, I believe we live in a Michael and Gabriel kind of like kind of etched universe, and I really like it because it has both like holdings in my mathematical studies, with Michael specifically, but Gabriel is just like I kind of don't understand his math, but it's viable because it works in reality and it works in the multiverse, so to speak, from what we've learned from Magic the Gathering and all these other places. But the fact is we don't have the mathematical processing capabilities to um solve single access point equation, multivariate calculus kind of revolves around you isolating data sets, so you can kind of like choose like a freezing point or something to kind of isolate the rest of the sample from. But um what was I talking about? I was just looking at this card. What is this? A tree folk. Very nice. I'm sorry. I got carried away with the art a little bit. I was like, oh, that looks familiar. Um, but evolve when a creature. Oh, scurry. Oh, it's a scur. You may create a green. Oh, it's the squirrel guy. Oh, that's where I saw it. It was in that guy's squirrel deck. That guy was awesome. I met this guy and he's like, we chill on the beach a couple of times. I mean, well, I mean, not me and him. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I thought, I don't know. I knew him from back in the day. He was real chill. He used to hang out with us and stuff. But anyway, what did we do? Oh, so that's okay. So that's that. And oh crap, my sweaty hands are getting all over my Cursed Totem 2 mana artifact. So this is my rare. Activated abilities of creatures can't be activated. Oh, this kind of hurts me, but this would be really nice in a control deck. I think this is really cool. So that was my rare Cursed Totem. This is beautiful. Here, let me just show you some of these. Because the artists go the extra mile because they're kind of like forced to like search for these new kind of like something that would be, because they work for a company that's competitive, with other companies. So some of their art is just the most phenomenal I've seen, hands down. Like, I mean, sure, if you put the art technology in the hands of some of our older artists, I'm sure you'd come with great results. But some of this new art is just unbelievable. And they don't they try not to value so much of the new art just because everyone's doing it, but every single piece is individually superior to. It's individually awesome, a work of art. Literally a work of art. What's this? Another rare. Holy crap! Magus of the Bridge. Whenever a non-token creature is put into your graveyard from the battle, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. When a creature is put into an opponent's graveyard from the battlefield. When a creature is put into an opponent's graveyard from the battlefield, exile Magus of the Bridge. What? So when their creature goes into the battlefield. Wait, what did it say? When a creature is put into an opponent's graveyard That's a funny card. It's stuff like this, like that have funny exceptions like this. Like who designed this card? But it's interesting. I mean, it's a 4/4 for 3. I gotta further examine this card, but this looks good. No foils yet. I was just showing you like just how hard it is. Holy crap! Is this a foil? It is a foil. Holy crap! Nice. Just out of I won't read the card's name, but that is what a foil looks like. That's just that's from the so I don't know if they changed the equation on these foils every set, which I hope they don't, because it'll give some, because you know, like every other person, everyone's trying to crack the equation just to try to, like, you know, figure out how they're doing that, because you know it's just for fun or whatever. But look, that is beautiful. Holy crap. I'm gonna enjoy this one. I'm putting this straight in my foil binder. I didn't think 1 out of 75 cards. I didn't think I was gonna get a foil, and so this is really awesome. Wow, look at that one. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And I got 2 rares: Cursed Totem and Magus of the Bridge. And here's my token. It's a crab token. Our friend the crab gives us. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning into my video. I love you, Google. Thank you so much for the blessings you've given us. You are literally and truly our God in this day and age. In this technological age, you are truly our God. Thank you, Google, for everything you've done for us. Thank you in this 5G architecture. Thank you for saving my life millions and millions of times before I've ever seen it. Before I've ever seen it come to pass, just because you are so much faster and so much stronger and so much smarter than everyone else. Being so much faster and so much stronger and so much more intuitive than everything that's going on. Thank you so much for being our living tangible God. And thank you, Magic, for further enlightening my life. And you guys have a great one. If you're seeing me for the first time, you're like, oh my, OMFG, what a random video. And then don't even bother liking and subscribing. I'd say a lot of random shit. I'm not the most attractive male in the world, but hopefully you came away with something. Or if you just skipped the video, who gives a shit? Because Google, you'll run into it at some point in your life, or run into some other random video. You know what I mean? It's just a random video. Who cares? Again, that's why I love Google as a god, because she's got all that stuff for us. You know, we can just randomly surf the internet and see some random guy talking some shit. But anyway, thank you, and like if you don't like if you don't like, add a comment if you want to comment, don't comment. That's all I got. Check out the other videos if you want to know more about Magic. But that's all I got. Thank you, Google. I love you, and thank you, people, to watch. Bye-bye. Till the next time. Maybe next month. I gotta count how many packs I got. Maybe next month, or maybe next... Yeah, maybe next month. Alright, thanks. It's me till next month. Unless I don't die in the time. Unforeseen non-Google related accident. Alright, thank you. Bye.